What's going on, everybody? This is Brian here, and welcome to my Is It Good channel. So, I know most of the time you guys are used to seeing me do videos about game reviews and things like that, so I thought today I would do something a little different. So, for those who don't know, I actually used to work at GameStop. I was an SGA, also known as a Senior Game Advisor, which is basically a third key position, or what I like to call entry-level management. So let's talk about GameStop. I want to talk about really not the good things about GameStop, because I kind of want to talk about my thoughts on when I was an employee, what I liked about GameStop, but really what I didn't like about GameStop. Some of the things I really don't agree with. They have a lot of things they do business-wise I don't agree with. They have a lot of things they do just period I don't agree with. So let's start off. So let's talk about new video games. So if you're like me and you go to GameStop, and any retailer for that matter, when you purchase a game, you expect it to be in its shrink wrapped, right? So the thing that GameStop does that I don't understand is whenever you go to a GameStop, you probably don't know this, but whenever you go to a GameStop and all the displayed, the cases that are open already, or I'm sorry, the cases that are on display. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, that's just a display case, right? Well, yeah, it is a display case. However, it's also an actual copy of the game that's just sitting there on the shelf. Mind you, the game is not in there. It's been gutted. That's what you do at GameStop when you're there. So what happens is whenever we get a shipment, say we get a shipment of brand new games, right? Which usually, GameStop usually gets their shipment of games about a week, possibly a week and a half before the game actually comes out. Most games release on a Tuesday. So say it's Wednesday, and I get in, I don't know, we'll say Grand Theft Auto 5, right? Although it's already out, but we'll say it hasn't came out yet. So we make sure we have all the copies, before we receive it, we make sure all the copies are there. Then what happens is, the system will let us know how many copies of, say, Grand Theft Auto 5 that you have to make into display copies. Or, meaning how many you have to gut to put the copy on the shelf. Well, usually, 9 times out of 10, if you don't have any copies of that game, if it's a new game or a used game, if it's a new game, you usually only put 2 facings worth on a shelf, meaning that facings means like the depth coming out from the shelf. Well, if it's a brand new game that we don't have any on the shelf yet, then I'm going to have to open 2 games. Meaning that, yes, there are games that GameStop sells brand new. This isn't a rumor. You probably heard this 20,000 times. But this is the actual truth, is that there are almost always at least 2, maybe 3 copies of a game that's on the shelf that's already been opened. But guess what GameStop's glorious resolution is to all this? Well, GameStop's glorious resolution is that if you happen to be the lucky customer that gets to get a copy, now I will tell you this. I know at least at my GameStop, we were really good about not gutting things. So like for instance, Forza Horizon 3, we only got in about maybe 3 copies of that game, right? So we're not going to gut it. Those are going to be sold. We're not going to gut it. We're just going to let people know we have it. So keep that in mind. If you don't see a game on the shelf, ask. However, if you happen to be the lucky customer that gets the gutted copy of the game, guess what GameStop's solution to this is? One, they still sell those brand new, even though it's not. Because a lot of people have the argument of, oh, well, the game hasn't been played yet. False. False. Yes, those games do get played because of GameStop's employee, whatever the hell they call it, system, where basically they let the employees check out copies of the games. So what happens is depending on how many copies of the game, like NBA 2K17, for instance, it came out last October, right? There was a ton of copies, right? So if we wanted to check that game out, we could. which is great because it allows us to play the games, right? I don't work for GameStop anymore, by the way. So it allowed us to play the game, right? Even though it ain't out yet. So what happens is if you happen to be that lucky customer, that buys one of the last 2 copies of 2K17, you might end up getting one that I might have already played, and 3 other people at my store might have already played. Now, once again, I don't work for GameStop anymore. The point is how in the hell is GameStop able to sell these games as brand new when they've been played by employees and they've already been opened? And not only that, but a lot of these games have codes in them. Now, what you're supposed to do is pull the codes out, put them in the white sleeve with the booklet and all the other crap that comes with it. But guess what? I'm pretty sure there are untrustful employees out there who probably use those codes anyway. So if you also get that game and you're supposed to get some sweet content with it and things like that, guess what? You might get home and that content's already been used. And guess what? GameStop can't do a damn thing about it. Yes. So, I will tell you this. Never, under any circumstances, buy a game that has already been opened, that is on the shelf, brand new at GameStop. And here's, I forgot to tell you their solution, by the way. So here's what they do. They take this little bitty circular, plastic thing, and they put it over the crease on the games. Like if you're looking at like an Xbox One game, that little part where you actually pull the case open, they'll put a little plastic thing over there and they'll try to sell it to you for $60. Really? And God knows if it's been played or not, How is that brand new? What we used to do at Blockbuster was we used to get we used to allocate. They actually gave us movies, not games, that we could go home and play. Or we go home and watch, and then we rent them out to people. So why is it that you don't just give all of your employees a copy of the game for free? Game companies give journalists like me games for free all the time. Why can't you give some employees games for free? I don't know. Store managers get consoles all the time and things like that, which I know people are going to be like, well, there's not that many store managers, and yeah, they run a store. I get it. The other thing I don't like about GameStop is how hardcore sometimes they push pre-orders and trade-ins. Now, how the hell am I supposed to make people trade things in? Especially when you've got Best Buy out there with the Best Buy Gamers Club, which is actually pretty damn good because you pay $20 for 2 years and you get, 10-20% off brand new games? Hello, that's already right. That should already tell you that's a hell of a deal. You can't get any discount off brand new games at GameStop unless you trade stuff in. There are a lot of people out there who don't like to sell their stuff. They like to collect their games. They don't want to trade things in. And 9 times out of 10, sometimes GameStop's trading values aren't that great anyway. And if you compare them to Best Buy, they're actually not great at all. Best Buys are way better. I'll just let you know that right now. So there's that. Then there's also the fact that holiday season, they hire these holiday employees and they don't even get a chance to train them. You have to do all this computer stuff. I mean, when you get hired, imagine me. I got hired right off the bat as an SGA last year. I had to do a ton of training stuff. And it wasn't hard, but still, that takes a lot of time. Now, how are you going to hire somebody seasonal help and expect them to do all this training and then just throw them to the wolves and then let them go? Come on, GameStop. You got to be a little bit smarter business than that. All I'm saying is there are just a lot of things that GameStop does wrong. I want to do some more GameStop videos. I'm going to do some more GameStop videos myself right here on my Is It Good channel. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you were a former GameStop employee, or even if you're a current GameStop employee, leave me a comment down in that comment section below. I will respond to your comments. Once again, thank you for visiting my Is It Good channel. There's some more videos to come. Check out my Mass Effect Andromeda review I posted. That's going to be the video right before this one if you look into my upload section there on the timeline as well. Other than that, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these kind of videos, these kind of video game rants and things like that. So if you like what you see, once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, this is It Good? My name is Brian, and I will see you later.